Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil and today we're trying something new. I'm going to try and play along with an episode of Only Connect. This is probably a one-off, guys. This is an experiment. I have watched some Only Connect since I've discovered the world of British panel shows and quiz shows. Enough people have recommended Only Connect to me that I checked it out. I watched Series 16, and that was the series filmed during COVID with the plexiglass barriers, and my first thoughts were, it feels so weird. It's such a quiet set. Victoria Coren Mitchell could really use a live studio audience to laugh at her jokes and liven things up. And I decided to give Series 15 a go as well. And I realized there is no live studio audience. Her jokes do fall that flat. That's just the style. It's quirky and it grows on you, but I do feel like I needed to watch almost two series worth of competition just to get a sense of how to play, how the rounds work. I'm developing a bit of a skill with the missing vowels round. I'm figuring out the best way to deal with red herrings in the wall, this sort of thing. And I do tend to get a few answers every episode. I don't know how this is going to go as a reaction, though. But I should tell you, I am a serious trivia nerd. I take quizzing seriously. You can find pub quizzes in Canada. They're not unheard of, but I don't think quiz culture in Canada is anything near to what it is in the UK. Unfortunately, in North America, too many people don't trust smart people. Intelligence is celebrated more in the UK, I feel, than it is here. And as an intelligent nerd, you notice it, so you don't necessarily play up to your strengths. That being said, I have a history of competing in televised quiz shows. Back in high school, I participated in a Canadian series called Reach for the Top. Alex Trebek was the original host of Reach for the Top back in the late 60s, early 70s, before his career in the States took off. I didn't ever get to work with Alex. I'm a little young for that. But when I competed for my school, we were provincial champions for the last 2 years I was in high school. We went to nationals both years. In my grade 11 year, we came third overall, losing to the eventual champion. And in my grade 12 year, we were national champions, and I was team captain. And yeah, we were darn good. And I think if I put together invited a couple of guys from that team back, and we headed to Cardiff, we could probably hold our own in the Only Connect tournament. But we would definitely need to work on our buzzer speed again. That being said, there are certain parts of this quiz where I'm going to suck. My British political history is very weak. I don't think I've gotten a musical question right in 2 series worth of episodes. I recognize tunes, but I couldn't tell you the name of the song or who the performer is. I'm just terrible at that. My brain doesn't work that way. And I don't have a classics education, so you start talking about Greek poets and details of Shakespeare plays and classical music and theater and these sorts of things. I'm throwing darts in the dark. But I am very good at geography. I'm very good at math. I have a very broad but shallow breadth of knowledge. And I tend to do pretty well on these sorts of things. I'm afraid I'm setting myself up for failure right now, but it'll make me try harder. So let's watch episode 1 of Series 17 of Only Connect. I do know that the early episodes in a series are easier than once you get into the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the final. Though the questions get harder, deeper into the competition. If I do well enough on this and there's a good response on the channel, maybe I'll take a deeper dive into this series. But let's just try this one for fun. This is episode 1 of series 17 of Only Connect. One of the things I really like about this show is just how low-key it is, almost to the point of being too calm. Like, nobody ever gets up from their chair.
Hello and welcome to a brand new series
after.
of Only Connect. I know other quizzes don't quite cut it. I always recommend instead a great detective story or murder mystery where you can really lose yourself in cracking clues, solving puzzles and encountering characters who seem quite normal at first, but who can know the darkness in another person's soul. Let's meet the teams. Anthony Martinelli, a doctor who spilt his wine over the Vice President of the Royal College of Physicians during their quincentenary dinner. Maggie Huang, a cardiothoracic surgeon.
I also love the stuff the contestants come up with as their little interesting stories, their little one-line stories.
Score when she sat her human reproductive practical. All medics working for the NHS, they are the scrubs.
A lot of humble brags and a lot of, like, mild travel accidents.
Chris Thorpe, a journalism graduate who won a singing competition during a family holiday to Wales. Rachel Scott Halls, an earth sciences graduate who once saw the former MP Michael Portillo at the seaside.
I've also learned all about Michael Portillo because
a keen crafter who has subtitled the Eurovision Song Contest.
Victoria's got a weird obsession with him.
They are the Librarians. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Lion, please.
Lion will be...
It's a musical clue. I will probably just skip right over most musical clues unless Miracle of Miracle I recognize something. I usually do my best just listening to them and seeing if I can steal any hints from them.
2 seconds.
Oh, out of time. Rookie mistake.
Scrubs, you have the chance for bonus point.
Try going.
We think they might contain synonyms for rising.
They are all to do with rising. Climb every mountain. What is the connection between these picture clues? Here's the first.
I can't recognize British sports athletes at all.
Is it Stephen King?
No, it's not Stephen King.
That's Michael Fish.
Okay.
The weatherman. Could they all be animals?
Red fish, blue fish.
5 seconds left.
We wonder if their surnames are animals.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Librarians, do you know?
We think they're all signs of the zodiac.
They are signs of the zodiac. So Steve Bull,
Jeffrey Archer, Prunella Scales, and Michael Fish.
Exactly so. Fish, Scales, Archer, Bull all relate to signs of the zodiac. Now.
Italian. Easter falls in May.
Danish, 2 Thursday. Is it like should we just go for it?
I can't take that, I'm afraid. These expressions mean never.
It never happens.
So I think the English equivalent would be sort of when hell freezes over.
The threatening a doctor. These feel like plot points from a book or a film or something like that.
Okay, these are Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. These are his Arnold Schwarzenegger's famous lines. I'll be back. Yeah, this is when he says his iconic lines.
I'll give you that. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Oh, that's Mars Curiosity? Are these Mars missions? Oh.
Oh, they sang happy birthday to themselves.
Happy birthday?
They sang happy birthday to... The first person sang happy birthday to the second person on that date.
Very well done. Do you remember Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars?
I believe they are popular singers, but...
You believe, maybe?
They are. At the end of round 1, Scrubs have 2 points, Librarians have 3.
Not off to a hot start.
We'll try the Eye of Horus.
OK, the first in a sequence of clues is coming up. These are picture clues. What would you expect to see in the 4th picture?
That's E. It's E. It's an imaginary number. E. Or not imaginary, a rational number. E. That's Mr. T. E.T. phone home.
Next,
please. Home.
It's going to be a picture of a house. E.T. phone home.
Yeah.
A picture of a home or a house.
Exactly what we'd see. What would come forth if this is first?
14, lowercase u. 14. Oh, it's an upside down N, and then it's the 14th letter of the alphabet. O is the. Okay, so 16 is P.
14th letter is N, isn't it?
17 is Q, and then upside down Q is a B. 17B. 17 lowercase b.
17A.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Librarians, do you know?
17E.
17 is just about B. If you rotate them 180 degrees, this is what they look like. U, O, D, and in our font, the Q becomes a B.
I got that one.
Here's the first.
Fun. Okay.
Next,
Good
please.
Annie. Fun show, raw show freak. Cause I'm a freak. Are these Radiohead lyrics?
The answer is hot. I wouldn't have got this either. These are the lyrics of the Pussycat Dolls song, Don't Ya? What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
CO2, carbon dioxide.
Next, please.
We're going up. Okay, nitrogen. These are the components of air in increasing volume. CO2, then argon, then oxygen, then nitrogen. Nitrogen.
Next, please.
Yeah, it's nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
Is the right answer.
The Gambia? Okay, that's like the...
Please.
This could be Mali. I'm thinking of,
Next, please.
or Algeria. No, this is weird because there's no one country that has those.
We'll try South Sudan.
Not it, I'm afraid. Scrubs, do you know?
South Nigeria.
South Africa.
The answer is South Africa. And why?
Oh, these are the easternmost, westernmost, northernmost, and southernmost parts of Africa. Ugh, I should have had that. Should have had that. I was thinking there was a country that would be bordered by them. Great
British History, GBH is obviously
Personal protective equipment is what I see with PPE. District of Columbia, Republic of Congo.
Oh yeah, so but BJ Classics didn't he?
Oh, this is like what prime ministers studied? Come on.
BJ Classics.
Is the right answer.
Jeez.
Well, time now for the advanced round 3. 16 clues this time, all jumbled up.
We'll have the water wall, please.
All right, here we go.
You have 2.5 minutes to sort out this water wall.
This is going to be
Starting
awesome
now.
reaction stuff right here. Extra mole skin match, Lindsay, catfish, dry soup, French frost, Rinder, hero, man, spy, mole, catfish, spook. Yeah, that would potentially work. No, man, this is a tough one. Jack Frost, Adrian Mole, Robert Plant, reindeer. This is tough.
Mole, spook, spy, catfish.
Terms in espionage.
So these are singulars of TV shows.
That's right.
Skin, I wouldn't have connected there.
Lindsay, plant, Rinder, Frost.
Robert.
Reindeers.
They're Robert.
They are all Roberts. Well
I
done.
don't know Lindsay or
And the
Rinder
last
there.
group, natural, hero, dry and bad. You can put super before all of them. Now.
Gulliver's Travels.
Taco, Rob Lowe, Tinker, Taylor, Soldier. Okay, but Taylor is wrong there.
Taco Bell, Division Bell, and
Tinkerbell.
It's a part of
Tinkerbell.
Switzerland.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
So 3 lives
Okay.
now.
oh, they're darts players, Katrina Gulliver.
Okay.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't know my darts players or my cricket commenters or my rugby union stars from yesteryear.
That is the maximum of 10 points. Very well done. Thank you. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Scrubs have 13 points. The Librarians have 15
Anybody's
points.
game. It's all up to the missing vowels round.
The first group of disguised clues are all things that have cells.
Cells. Prisons.
Scrubs.
Prisons.
Spreadsheets.
Scrubs.
Spreadsheets.
Living organisms.
Scrubs. Scrubs.
Living organism.
Next category, an adjective and noun that always seem to go together. It's excruciating pain.
Veritable smorgasbord.
Always together. Next.
Occupational hazard.
Well done.
Jeez, these are hard.
Rapturous reception.
Place names with and removed.
Trinidad, Tobago.
Scrubs.
New Zealand. New Zeal. New Zeal. Now that's tricky.
I'm afraid you lose a point. Scrubs,
Ouch.
it takes you down to 18, and the Librarians have 18.
Oh,
It's a tiebreaker.
we're going to a tiebreak. Oh, terrible.
We are going to have one clue only, and it's captains only.
And it could be anything. These are crazy. I haven't got one of these yet. I've seen a few.
Here is your tiebreak clue. Librarians
It's not you, it's me.
is the right
Wow.
answer.
Man, good for her.
Catherine, you have steered your team directly into the next round. But Scrubs, you're not out, of course. You're into what is also the next round. Goodbye.
I'm trying to figure out whether I should jump right into the next episode or not, just to give myself enough material to cut into a single reaction video and possibly do a little better. I know I got a couple in there, but I don't know. I'm super self-aware right now that there's so many that I just sat dumbly through, and I know the joke in the UK is you show up to work the next day and I go, I got one. But you know what? Let's do one more and see how it all turns out. So here we go, episode 2 of Series 17.
Hello and welcome to Only Connect, the quiz that's less like a general knowledge test, more like a complex detective drama full of clues, codes and puzzles, at the end of which most viewers think that only about half of it made any sense. Let's play the quiz. You won the toss, Gamemakers, so you'll be going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Could we have 2 reads, please?
Yes, you could.
The Last of the Bohemians.
It's not the title though, because the L is lowercase. S? No, it's the letter S. It's the letter S.
No? All right, next.
Yep, mid-episode is S is the middle letter. The capital of Switzerland is the capital S. The last of the Mohicans is the last letter S.
The letter S.
Very well spotted. It's a cryptic word. These are picture clues. What connects them? Here's the first.
Okay. Any ideas who that is? Cricketer, bowling, pitching.
No, he's
next,
bowling.
please. Overarm.
Panama. Oh, these are hats.
Panama.
Oh, types of hat. Bowler.
They are types of hat. That's the music question.
Ugh, hate the music questions.
No points there. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Unpaired queen. So, next.
No, that's backgammon.
Card.
That's 21.
So this blackjack, isn't it?
No, that's Yahtzee.
Matching dice. Yahtzee.
So it's the maximum score.
No. This is the term that gives the game its name.
We think these might be the highest possible scores you can get in the relevant games.
Not the right answer, I'm afraid. Yes, it is the name of the game as it appears in the gameplay. That means at the end of round 1, the game makers have 3 points, the animal lovers have 4. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay. Decimal separated. It's a period. Edible
quarry.
prey.
Yeah, and then what do you call these? Set pieces?
Flats.
Set?
Animal lovers, another chance for a bonus point.
A pair of cards that are the same.
I would accept a pair of
Are
cards
these all
the same,
sets?
and why?
This is a tennis thing. So the first one would be point, and then game, and then set, and so match would be the last one. So
Nice.
Okay, so I think these are 4 and not an exact like EG.
1 second. Oh, you're out of time.
I'm stuck on this one too.
Game makers, a bonus chance for you.
3: American Express.
Is the right answer.
Why though?
The credit cards
Oh,
and the
the
digit
numbers
to
start.
with on the code at the beginning.
That's exactly what it is, the leading digit.
I actually knew that. I just didn't put that together.
This was the 27th of June, 1967. And what's interesting about that date?
it's your dad's birthday.
Come on. You are going to do well.
And 4 days before Canada's centenary.
Here's the first.
Sotomayor. Sonia Sotomayor's in...
I think he's a pole vaulter.
Okay, are they getting progressively smaller? Like,
oh no, Sotomayor was a high jumper.
I don't know what you do.
Mike Powell is a long jumper, so we need a triple jumper? Bob Beeman. Bob Beeman.
We think it's Jonathan Edwards.
It is Jonathan Edwards. Very well done. And why?
We think the athletics world records going up in magnitude. Long jump, about 9 meters almost. And triple jump, 1843.
18.29, in fact. There was actually a jump from Jonathan Edwards that was 18.43, but that was wind-assisted, so it doesn't count for the world record, which is this sequence.
Man, that guy knows his track and field records.
What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Okay, so we're
Okay, so it's like
we're going to species.
Oh, it's the so
sapiens.
It'll be going sapiens.
Is the right answer. What would come forth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
Ray-Bans, Wayfarers.
Yeah.
That's Hades.
Wayfarers. Next.
Ray-Bans, Hades.
Who?
No,
who's
Shades,
talking?
Hades,
Ring a bell.
80s. So that's guys.
yeah, it's a
so
Greek
Des
cartoon,
something.
I think, that-
Those are Shades, Hades,
Yeah. Okay.
2
AIDS,
seconds.
Des.
Animal lovers, do you know?
A picture of Des O'Connor.
It would be an acceptable answer. So we want to take off that letter for Des. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Bow. Okay,
Lowercase, so it could be
Next,
anything.
please.
Elbow, empathy, LMNO, something. Oh man, MAN.
So we need something that we can add EO onto. EO.
Just the sound O. You guys are overthinking it. It starts with the sound L, the sound M, the sound N, the sound O.
Okay.
I'm going to say MAN. Oh
And why
man.
would that be?
So something that needs EO adding on. So Eon.
I will accept your answer. We were just looking for alphabetical homophone, and you can spell Eon, E-O-N, if only the company name. So I will accept your alternative sequence.
Or anywhere outside of the UK. We don't throw an A in front of Eon.
The game makers have 6 points, the animal lovers have 11.
But I know the A version because of the anime Eon Flux.
You have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
Okay.
U-ban bomb,
this is
did bomb, misfire.
U or ban or
No,
okay.
you Taunt and Trigvi and Kurt and Dag were all are the first names of UN general secretaries. Yeah, that U's gonna throw them.
Is there a
Dead
word?
donkey, such a weird one.
Trigvi is a day.
A dead donkey, a misfire, a bomb.
A
Like
bomb can fail as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
Die. Like
Okay, yeah, okay, got one.
Drop the U, we drop the...
No, the U's gonna throw you,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Dog, you, Kurt, and Trigvi. Man, this is hard.
That's it, your time is up.
Days in different languages.
Exactly right. Nap, you didn't know, Hungarian.
So you can drop all of those things.
No idea what drop the dead donkey. Never heard of that, I don't think.
You,
These are the first names of UN general
They're the
secretaries.
beginnings of bands.
No.
they are Secretaries General from the United Nations. Welcome back. Game makers, you have 2.5 minutes to solve your wall, starting now.
What do you have, guys?
Norwegian looking word.
Go on, start
Han
singing out
Solo,
loud.
Mont Blanc Tang, Napoleon and Babe, and Plopper and Gub Gub, I'm going to say, and Wilbur. Those are pigs.
Do we have...
Have you got pigs?
Yeah, we got Napoleon and Babe.
And Wilbur and...
Babe.
Yeah, they're pigs.
And Plopper feels like one, if ever there was a pig.
Wilbur. Come on, guys, from Charlotte's Web. You should try one or two,
I'm
guys.
just going to go with Gub Gub now.
Okay.
Right?
I don't think that's
See
going
if
to
that
hit.
works.
Yeah.
No.
One life.
I don't think Plopper. I don't think Plopper. I think Plopper's the decoy there, guys.
Nope.
That's not it. You've used your 3 lives. The wall has frozen.
We think they're words for mountain or hill.
That's right. And the next group, starting Sway or Sui.
So sort of Asian dynasties.
They are all solos. Mano Solo is a French singer. Hope Solo, the American goalkeeper. And Napoleon Solo is in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
We think they're pigs.
They are all pigs.
Man, I missed on some big connections there. The Han Solo, Ben Solo, Hope Solo, and Han was a red herring there. All right, missing vowels.
Things that might be mimed in a game of charades.
Film. Number of syllables. First word. Sounds like.
Next category, fish and chips are swapping places.
Plenty more chips in the sea.
Well done.
I see.
Cheap as fish or chips. Next clue.
Let the fish follow.
Let the fish fall where they may.
Well done.
Fall where they may. Different kettle of chips.
Next category, they are all items prohibited at Disney resorts.
Selfie sticks.
Gamemakers. Animal lovers.
Folding chairs.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Metal flagpoles.
Animal lovers.
Marijuana.
Yes, the Gamemakers finish with 15 points, the Animal Lovers with 23. And that's the end of the show. Thank you very much for watching. To the winners, I offer my hearty congratulations. To the losers, I offer some Nepalese chirpy, which, as all our viewers know, is the world's hardest cheese. Good night.
I've actually had chirpy when I was trekking in Nepal. It might as well be plastic. You get a little chunk of it and it sits in your mouth for like an hour, slowly dissolving. Like you can't chew it. Anyway, that's irrelevant. I have no idea if this is going to be a good reaction. It's just a sort of an experiment on my part, but I do love this show. It's a ton of fun. It definitely makes you realize how much you don't know. I'm cool with that because I love learning new stuff. I'm certainly slowly building up my knowledge of random British television programs and sporting figures and such. I mean, let's face it, it's a very UK-centric trivia. Certainly not exclusively, but it helps a lot if you're from the UK. The biggest reason why I started watching the show was just to get to know Victoria Coren Mitchell better, since she's going to be appearing on Series 12 of Taskmaster. I think she's going to be a very fascinating character. Obviously, she's very intelligent. I can see her being a really good lateral thinker, which will put her in good stead for a number of tasks. But I do wonder about how she'll fare on those tasks that force you to be artistically creative, the ones where you have to like write a song or make a movie or something like that. She may be great at that, but I feel like she's much more cerebral, and it'll be interesting to see. I can imagine she'd be very competitive, but maybe not. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her on Taskmaster. I feel like I understand her a little better and know her a little better. She's certainly a known entity, at least at this point. And I'm going to continue watching this series on my own just because I really like this format. And they take their quizzing seriously on British television and in the UK in general, and I can totally appreciate that. I wish we had more shows like this in North America. Really, our only real truly serious quiz shows are Jeopardy and, to a lesser extent, something like maybe Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But I can't imagine having a show on in North America like this that had no prizes. That's what blows my mind. People just want to go on this to test themselves, and if they're the very best, walking away with a little modest trophy. I understand that, I appreciate that, but I find it, I know it wouldn't work in North America. You'd have to put a huge monetary prize on this to draw an audience. I think that's the bigger thing. You wouldn't have a problem with contestants, I don't think, but it's about finding the audience for it. And somehow or other, it's about getting rich in North America. You know, this is the influence America has on us. It reminds me a ton of my old high school quizzing days. I enjoy the show. That's what it boils down to. So thank you guys for joining me. I probably won't be doing another one of these unless I find a brand new audience, this huge hidden only Connect audience that's desperate for reactors. But by all means, check out the other shows I'm reacting to on the channel if you haven't already. I do Taskmaster. I'm going to do QI. I do Would I Lie to You, obviously, and I'm sure I'll be exploring more as I continue to broaden my horizons in British panel shows and quiz shows. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.